What's up, guys? It's me, and I'm finally back with another YouTube video. And today, we are gonna be doing another ranking, and this time, it's going to be Xmen. And yeah, let's just get on with the video. I do think this is one of the most underrated, like, kind of franchises, I guess. Like, I know it's like part of Marvel, but like Marvel has their own like MCU stuff, and like there's DC, Star Wars, Jurassic World and stuff, Harry Potter, and so on. But this is like one of the more underrated like franchises. And yeah, let's go on with the rankings. We have the poop emoji, which is basically like shite, or it's horrible. And I skipped like bad or like 3 to 4, whatever, because after the movies, it's either mid to like 10. So we have the poop. We have 5 to 6, which is like mid. 6 to 7, which is like good. 7 to 8, which is pretty good, and 8 to 9, which is amazing, and 10, well, god tier, like my favorite movie. So starting off, we have the second X movie, I'm pretty sure. I think so. So the second X-Men movie, I'm gonna give this a. I'm gonna give it a good. It's a good movie. I'd say it's like a 7. There's nothing too crazy. I thought the characters were good. The action was pretty good. Who was the villain again in the second X-Men? I'm trying to remember. Oh, it was Stryker. I didn't really like, though, how Wolverine was used less in this movie, but it was still a decent movie, good movie. Wasn't bad, wasn't nothing too special. It was a good movie. And next up, we have Dark Phoenix. I think most of you can agree with me. It is one of the worst Marvel movies like ever, period. This is with like the younger actors. This is a horrible movie. Jean sucks. The story sucks. The plot sucks. The characters suck. The development sucks. The action sucks. Everything sucks. Now, I haven't seen this movie in a long time, but it's for a good reason. And from what I remember, from like a year or something, it is horrible. So you don't even really need to watch it, because like they haven't really like built upon on that, like, those movies. So it's a pretty bad movie. And next up, we have Days of Future Past. It's gonna have to go into the 8 to 9. It is an amazing movie. And I actually have I did something wrong when I was first watching like these X-Men movies. So I watched First Class first, which is kind of like what you're supposed to do, or you can watch X-Men 1 first, it doesn't matter. And basically, I watched Days of Future Past after, and I realized that I wasn't supposed to, but I was like trying to figure out what to watch first, and I ended up watching Days of Future Past before like all the other X-Men movies, and it was really confusing. But then I watched all the other ones, and then I watched Days of Future Past again, and I understood it, and it was so much better. But characters amazing, the story amazing, the plot is amazing. Magneto, oh my god, I really like Wolverine, like all the characters. It was like the perfect pace. It was really great, but I felt like there was some little there's some holes in this movie, which I felt like you're still left with a lot of questions before and after that movie even happens, and during that movie. But it is still an amazing movie, and one of the best X-Men movies, possibly. Now, next up, we have X-Men Apocalypse. This is also going to join right there with the Phoenix movie. This is even worse, to be honest, because the villain's even worse. At least Jean is a little bit more entertaining as a villain or character, but it's all the same. horrible movie. I can't really explain even further. Next up, we have Deadpool, and it is going to go into the 8 to 9. If you've seen my other videos, you know that I absolutely love Deadpool. I love the comedic and the seriousness and this tone in the movie. Deadpool, amazing character. Ryan Reynolds plays him amazing. And I feel like Francis is one of the more underrated villains in this movie. The, the comedy was amazing. The action was great. The story was great. All the characters were great. And the fighting scenes were pretty good. I felt like everything was kind of great in this movie. And I really hope they make Deadpool 3 just as good as this, if not better. And next up, we have Deadpool 2, which I'm going to put into the pretty good. I would say it's like an 8. Oh, yeah, by the way, I forgot to say. In the poop category, they're like horrible, so I'm not going to say. But Xmen 2, I would probably put it like a 6, 6.5. Days of Future Past, I would put a 9. Deadpool as well with a 9. And at Deadpool 2, I'm going to put an 8. It is really good, but I felt like the plot and the story kind of like fell down, or it was worse than Deadpool 1. But the comedy was still great. Deadpool was still great. And it was a really fun time. Good movie. I like the characters more, though, in Deadpool 2. But it's still an amazing movie. I mean, you can't, like, not like Deadpool. And, yeah, it's a pretty good movie. I'm really excited for Deadpool 3. Let's see what they do. Next up, we have X-Men The Last Stand. Now, I think this is also another underrated movie in X-Men. I'm going to put it into the pretty good category. I would put it like a 7, 7.5. It is a pretty good movie. What I did feel like was missing, though, is it was a little slow. And the fighting scenes were a little bit, like, meh. Like, they were mid. And also, I hate Storm. I really don't like Jean or Cyclops a lot. A lot of the characters and like the original X-Men movies, I don't really like that much. But other than that, yes, the story was good. The plot was good as well. In my opinion, it was decent. And I mean, I love Wolverine, and yeah. Next up, we have Logan. I don't know why it's rated higher, because it's a 10 for me. It's my favorite movie of all time, I think. The story, oh my god. Wow. The fighting scenes are great. The plot, you're so invested into this whole, like, movie, because Logan is amazing. The characters are amazing. I will say, though, the worst part is the villain, because it's not really, like, a villain. But it's still just amazing on that. And, like, it's peak. It is peak movie. It is a peak movie. It is peak cinema. I cannot glaze this movie anymore. Now let's move on. Next up, we have X-Men First Class. And this is also going to go into the pretty good category. I would say 7.5 or even an 8. I would probably lean more towards 7.5. Really great introduction to the X-Men universe. All the characters are great. I love Magneto as a villain. I actually like him more as the young actor than the old actor. But still great. The story is great. The plot is great. I do feel like the fighting scenes are a little bit on the mess side. And at points, it does go slow. But other than that, it's a pretty good movie. Let's move on. Next up, we have X-Men Origins Wolverine. It's mad. It's mid. Obviously, Wolverine is great. Stryker is a great what the frick? Stryker is a meh villain. He's not good. I don't like his brother. I felt like the story at the start was good, but then it started going a little bit down. The fighting scenes are kind of cool, but it also felt a little bit slow, and yeah, it's just meh. But I really don't have anything else to say. It's a meh movie. Next up, we have Xmen 1. I'm going to have to put it into the... I'm going to put it into the good category. It's like a 6. It's right between meh and good. I think this might be the oldest X-Men movie actually here. But it still does a good job at trying to keep up. I mean, I really don't like how Mystique looks, and she looks horrible, but I like Magneto as a villain. I thought the characters, like the introduction was cool. I thought the plot was nice. It's a very forgettable movie. But you might have a fun time, you might not. It's a decent movie. And yeah. Next up, we have the Wolverine. This is the one I recently watched like a few days ago. And this might be one of the most underrated Marvel movies, dare I say, movies of all time. I think people say this is like horrible or something, or it's like mid. But I actually put it into the pretty good category. I would say this is like an 8 out of 10. The story is great. You're in like the movie for like a very long time. You're like entertained. You want to know what's happening. The action is great. The characters are great as well. How they tell the movie is also very good. I feel like I already said that, but they tell the movie really good. Logan, Wolverine, whatever you want to call him, is amazing. The end credits scene is great. I do feel like, though, the villain and the fighting scene at the end could have been a little bit better. But yeah, the fighting scenes were goated at, like, before that. And yeah, very underrated movie. And yeah, that's kind of the end of my tier list. What do I have to say? Besides Dark Phoenix and Apocalypse, which by the way you don't even really need to watch, so you could literally just like completely erase them. And X-Men is a very good like franchise. Like you just have 3, you could say 1 movie that's mid, maybe even 2 if you're gonna include X-Men 1. But yeah, we have Dark Phoenix, Apocalypse, and the really bad. Origins in mid. I could put X-Men 1 mid, but I like X-Men 1 more than Wolverine 1, so yeah. And X-Men 2 in the good. And you have Deadpool 2, The Last Stand, X-Men First Class, and the Wolverine in pretty good. Then you have Days of Future Past and Deadpool 1 in amazing, and Logan in 10. I mean, there's really not much else to say. We'll see Deadpool 3. We are getting closer every single time. I think there's like 2 months now. We're getting closer and closer. And yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching. My upload schedule is goated, I can tell. But yeah, I'm getting ready for more and more videos. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe, and peace.